Investors have not been optimistic about the performance of HSBC, but still, I think comparing to third quarter last year, the figure this year will represent something like a 20% growth, but comparing to last quarter will be a drop of something like 5 to 6%. We're talking about the revenue and other interest rate income. Basically, I think the growth has been moderate. But anyway, I think most of the people has been cautious about the future of HSBC, including the exchange rate measures, the exposure in China. Basically, I think investors tends to be have very no opinion on the target price for the time being. Yes.
James, let me bring you in here because you and I were just having a discussion about the bank's results during the break, and you've actually just downgraded your forecasts.
So we just took our HSBC numbers down by an additional 3%, so we now sit about 11% below street. The risks, as we see it, are continued weakness, particularly in the capital markets as well as with the wealth management business, given some of the macroeconomic trends that we're seeing in the region. HSBC, obviously, a significant trade finance business as well, so a lot of the trade tensions that we've talked about during the course of the show today would also be risk factors.
Ron, will you respond to that?
Well, actually, I agree with what James said about in HSBC. I think a lot of challenge has been posting to the results of and performance of HSBC. And anyway, I think a lot of investors tends to watching the share price performance closely today, and maybe today will represent another drop in the market value and the share price of the company. So I think investors need to be really cautious about it.
James? Ronald, one of the key concerns that we hear from the investment community is really on the cost side of the equation as well as revenue. At the moment, given the rate cycle that we're in, it appears as though NIMs might continue to be at risk. Wondering your thoughts on the cost side of the equation.
I think what the investors has been cautious about, in this part of the region in Hong Kong, basically, they tends to be cautious about the situation in China, basically the exchange rate and the foreign exchange and liquidity and a lot of provision as well. And also for the business in Hong Kong, we are actually entering a stage of interest rate hike. And the stock market and the property markets and things like that has not been doing well. And Hong Kong and China has been contributing a very significant portion of the revenue and portions of the profit of HSBC. I think this part of the equation basically will weigh down the performance of HSBC. I think this is something which we should look at as well.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.